Hello, everybody. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 29th top-down zombie game tutorial series, and yeah, we're gonna get started with creating our zombie class. So yeah, guys. Before we get started, first things first is I want to change up a few things in the animation controller because number one, it doesn't make our life easier, and the only reason that we decided to go for the animation controller is to make our life easier, so that we don't have to write all this code. We don't have to write all of this code inside here. Inside the We don't have to do any management. We shouldn't write any controller management code inside the player class. So yeah, let's move on. So yeah. So first thing inside the animation controller, I'm just gonna add a new. I add a public animation, and I'll call it current animation, current animation, and yeah. And here I'll simply create a new method. I'll call it switch to public void switch to, and it's going to take in a string name, and we're simply going to simply say current animation is equal to current, and we're simply going to say current animation is equal to animation. What is it called? Animations.get. Animations.get name, and yeah, we and yeah, we literally, I think we should be done with this. Copy, Control V, and not only that, we're also going to simply call current animation reset. So I think now that we're done, we can remove all of this stuff. Can I remove? Yeah, I can remove the current animation stuff. Yeah, we're gonna remove all of this, and we're simply going to say controller.switch. I can't even spell controller. I'm writing some controller. So controller.switch switch to walk. So right now, okay, in fact, I think I should rename this set animation instead of calling the function switch to. I should maybe set animation. So simply going to say controller to set animation to work. We're gonna enter a player, controller to set animation to work, controller all of the stuff. We create our controller. Then inside here, we're simply going to simply say animation. I'm gonna simply say controller dot set animation to work. Yeah, now I don't need this. I just want to make sure we have to code less and we don't code a lot. And yeah, that's all. And instead of this, we're gonna simply set to attack and current animation dot update. So okay, we're gonna simply call controller dot update instead. Dot update. And we're gonna create that method inside the controller. And yeah. And inside here, what I will do is simply say current animation dot update dot update. There we go. And inside the player, and whenever I need to draw, is simply say I'll simply say what is it called? Instead of animation controller, instead of all of this stuff, I'll simply just say get frame public buffer image get frame. I'm simply going to return current animation get current frame. There we go. And now we just got rid of a lot of code inside our main class, so we can simply say controller dot get frame. So what I did is basically I did the same thing as we did earlier. It's just that the code is a bit more cleaner. It's not a bit more, it's way more cleaner. I have to write less code in the main class. The only code I have to do is simply do the set animations or whatever, switching the animations, the updating of the animations, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if I go to animation controller, all the code is here, and yeah. So now let's go ahead and test and run it. Everything's working properly, and yeah. So guys, now let's get started with the zombie class. So let me open Paint. So first things first, before we do anything, um, well, when we're creating a zombie, we must think about the future, right? In the future of the game, we're not going to have just one type of zombie. We're probably going to have a zombie that runs, a zombie that's walking, it's just a slow zombie or a stupid zombie. We're also gonna have a zombie that's probably like I don't know, a zombie that's has more damage than the other zombie, or a zombie that when you kill it, it turns into more zombies, or you're gonna have a dog zombie. It doesn't matter, a zombie dog, or you can have all of these other enemies. So we're going to be using polymorphism again. And yeah, basically that's stuff that we did with the player. For example, if I open up the packages and game objects to entities, here we go. So we had the player extend the entity, which extends the game object. So we're going to be using inheritance with polymorphism. So yeah. And yeah, so basically what we have at the top is the game object. And from here, you're going to have lots of other objects. And you're going to have an entity. And with the entity, you're going to have a bunch of other objects as well. You're going to have a player, you're going to have what all this other stuff, and you're going to have a zombie. I don't know, man. Let me write this stuff down first. So, game object. And this will be what? Entity. And this will be what? Zombie. And yeah. And here we're going to have a bunch of other zombies. And yeah, so here we're probably gonna have a runner, a stupid one. I don't know, I'm just gonna call it stupid one, and the all-rounder. So yeah, so guys, so this what I'm trying to do is visualize the what we're doing here is I'm literally just visualizing the hierarchy. What of like when we create a zombie, when we actually create a zombie, we're gonna visualize their hierarchy. So yeah. So the first thing So the first class, the parent class is a game object. And after that, it's gonna have an entity, and after that, we're gonna have the zombie, and we're gonna have individual zombies. If it's a boss zombie, by the way, yeah, we're gonna have another branch we're gonna call it bosses, My goodness. So if the zombie is a regular zombie and the boss zombie, so yeah, we're gonna have two more branches, regular zombie, boss zombie, and then we're gonna have these bunch of regular zombies. And if the zombie is a boss zombie, we're gonna have more branches. So yeah. So this is basically the structure. This is basically what the thing is gonna look like. The zombie is going to look like. So anyways, let's start implementing this. So first thing, right now inside the entities, I'll create a new package, new Java package, and I'll name it zombies. And inside here, I'll create a new Java package, and I think I should name it regular zombie. Nah, I'll just instead of creating a new package, let's just create a new class, new Java class, and I'll name it zombie. And we have to make it extend an entity. Extends entity. And we're gonna have to implement all those other abstract methods. And whoa, hold up. There's one thing we're missing, a constructor. So yeah, so we can have entity scene vector position. Okay, let's just copy this constructor and pop it right here. And instead of entity, we're simply gonna rename this to zombie. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the zombie right now. And a few things need to change. Health to 100. Yeah, we're gonna change this up. We're gonna create another constructor, a much more detailed constructor, and scene vector to position float with height. I'm gonna pass in a float health and a float speed. And yeah, so I simply say super dot all of this and super dot all of this. Super dot speed, and we're simply gonna say equals to speed. So we're basically done with the zombie template and is equal to health. So this is basically a template class, that's all. One more thing, this class needs to be abstract, and every single zombie has to have at least an animation controller. So over here, we're going to set the zombie. Every single zombie must have an animation controller. So I'll simply write protected controller, and I'll name it anim controller. And simply inside here, okay, inside the update, we're just going to simply say, we're gonna call two functions. So I'm gonna add another. We're going to add a bunch of other functions. Like, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide a few functions, like with the entity and the player. Like with the entity, did they actually do this? I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm saying. Probably it's something from a different project. So yeah, it's from a different project I was working on. So yeah, guys, don't mind what I'm saying. Anyway, so what we're gonna do right now is basically we're going to kind of I'm gonna create a new abstract method. So I'll simply name it protected. So it's going to be protected abstract void, and it's simply going to say update uh post update. I don't know, update zombie. I'll just simply say update zombie. And what happens is we're gonna call update zombie over here. And what we want to do is to simply take care of the animation controller from within the entity class, so we don't have to do any extra code inside the zombie class. So yeah. So I'll simply say right after updating the zombie, we want to update the animation controller. Animation controller dot update. And yeah, and we're also gonna have another method here. In fact, we don't need to have a render method. We'll simply say what's it called? Renderer dot draw image, and instead of the sprite, we're simply going to say current. What's this guy? Oh my god, it's controller, animation controller. Yeah, we're gonna go with animation controller dot get frame. There we go. Now we're done with the stuff. Oh, one more thing, guys. If this is not now, if a name controller does not equal to now, you need to check if it's not now, because we didn't instantiate one yet. We didn't create an animation controller, so yeah, we didn't create an animation controller, so we have to check if it doesn't equal to now before we do anything, because it's gonna give us errors. And yeah, I think this is pretty much it. So this is it for the zombie class. This is it for the zombie class. Now we're gonna go ahead and create a new I'll create a Java a new package, and I'll name it basic zombies. Basic zombies. Basic. Let's go with underscore zombies. And inside here, we're gonna have a first basic zombie, and that's going to be our. I'm just gonna call it a green zombie. And yeah, so we're simply going to simply say extends zombie. We're gonna have to implement all this other nice stuff. And one more thing, we need to have this constructor. I'm gonna go with this one. I think I'll simply go with this one. Control C and go to green zombie. And we just copy and paste it. So I'll just rename this to green zombie. And we're gonna take in a scene, a position. We're not gonna take in everything else. All this stuff is done. So for the width and the height, let's make the green zombie's width and height equal to 40 pixels. 40 pixels, and the health, since it's a zombie, let's just give it 50 health. It is a basic zombie, and we want to make him move super slow. So 0.6, direction equals to new vector 2f, all this stuff. So inside the update zombie, we're not going to be doing any updating. Inside the initializing, yeah, we're going to be doing a bunch of initializing. So first thing is we're going to move all this player whatever, all this player animations. We're going to move the walk and attack animation from here to there. Copy, copy, copy. Where's the zombie? Zombies of this. There we go. And we're going to paste it not inside the zombie. We're done with the zombie right now. We're going to go into the green zombie and we're going to paste this. And inside the init method, I'll simply say anim controller is equal to new New animation controller. What are the parameters again? I forgot. So disappointed in myself. Oh, it's going to take an animation array. So I'll simply say walk and attack. Walk and attack. Okay, that doesn't seem to work. New animation. And yeah, so we also need to say animation anim controller dot set animation to the first animation, and that is animation.walk. We're gonna send it to walk. There we go. And I think we're done with the zombie right now. So when we go to the player class, we can remove this. Set the renderer. We don't need this guy anymore. Like he's useless to us. And we're gonna uncomment this guy, and we're gonna go to the game scene. Scene, gameplay scene. So enter the gameplay scene and add object new player. We're also gonna add object new zombie. Add object new green zombie. I'm gonna pass in this and vector to position. Let's put the zombie at, I don't know, 1880. And let's run the bad boy. There seems to be issues. So gameplays and let's go to this thing. Oh, it's supposed to be new vector 2f. And I didn't see that properly. My bad. 80, 80. And when we run it, okay, seems to be an error. That is now pointed because anim is now. So apparently we're getting an animation controller, an error. Let me figure it out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I figured out the error. So it's saying anim is now, meaning inside here, what is it called? Animation controller. It's meaning that this is now, and the only reason we're getting a null pointer exception there is because we did not initialize these guys. So we need to do that. So I'll just go to the player class and I'll just copy these guys. I'll copy this code, copy and go into the zombie class. Where's the zombie? Green zombie. Unreported IO, sound statement scratch. As I just simply say, okay, sound statement with catch. Sound block with catch. And now when we run it, shouldn't give us errors. Okay, the zombie is too small for some reason. Let's increase the size of the zombie from 40 to 50. I feel like there's not much of an increase in size. But yeah, what size is the player? Player. How big is the player? Player is 125. That's massive. So let's go to the green zombie and make him 125 as well. 125 and 125. I'll go with 120. No biggie. Yeah, there we go. We have our zombies. There we go, guys. We have our zombie. And yeah, guys, stay tuned, guys. Next video, we're going to have AI and make this guy move. So yeah, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you like the video, guys, hit the thumb up. And yeah, guys, join my Discord server community. We're trying to create communities of developers, and yeah, contribute to the community, subscribe, like, and yeah, guys. So guys, peace.